Love you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Hi, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being, like, patient with us. We never thought about that, but that's pretty cool that we have to think about those things. Are we going to max out or are we not? Where did Vanessa go? Oh, there you are. Oh.
Hey.
Love you.
Yeah. Whoever that was.
Cool.
So I sent out all the links, so I think the other girls are popping on. So whenever you want, we can get started.
Okay, let's rock this. And we're going to do a little introductory. And then that way as people join, because then everyone hear me okay? Girl needs to upgrade her laptop. That would be me. So thank you for joining and thanks for asking me to do this call with you, V. I never called you V before, but it's a new thing. It's a new thing.
Love it.
Okay, I am Bailey Netto. Maybe you follow me on Instagram, Saucy Spice. I'm coming on here tonight with my girl, Lindsay. We're both hairstylists. I'm a director with Monet, and I've been doing hair since 2007. And Lindsay and I were just going to shed a little bit of light about being a hairstylist, how you can approach hairstylists, and maybe some things that you guys haven't thought about when you are thinking of approaching them, right? Because I think sometimes it's always on everyone's bucket list of trying to find hairstylists. Sorry, the chat's really like, I gotta close it. I'm definitely the squirrel brain. So we're gonna touch on that, and obviously Vanessa's gonna hit us with some of your top requested questions about hair concerns. Okay, so I guess Lindsay, you want to take it away? Give us a little intro.
Sure. So, sorry. I am Lindsay. I have been doing hair for almost 15 years. I'm also a salon owner, and Bailey approached me about these products back in, 2018, I think it was, the beginning of the year. And I kind of blew her off. I was that typical snobby tunnel vision hairstylist that, kind of did this to anything that wasn't in my salon already. So I was very skeptical. I was very skeptical about the products. I was very skeptical about the business, everything. And then I started getting major FOMO, watching her stories all the time. I also hate being left out. So I decided to bite the bullet and try them out, and I fell in love. Honestly, she used them on me. I got a trim by her and used them on me. And the very first time I used them, I was like, okay, yeah, I noticed a huge difference. And I signed up as a VIP. And then 3 weeks later, I was like, all right, I need to do this. I need to get my hands on these products. I need my clients to get their hands on these products. Let's go for it. And yeah, since then, it's just been a straight shoot to the stars. And I'm loving every minute of it. I'm an MM with the company. I have my Cadillac, and this opportunity has helped me with my business immensely. We'll touch on that, and we will talk about why, but it's just wild what this business has done for my other business. Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay. My dog was barking, so I muted myself. Guys, if I can get here, so can you. Let me tell you. Okay, so all right. So I've been doing hair since 2007. I joined 3 years ago. I kind of sat on the sidelines for the first year. Then I realized, holy shit, like I'm sitting on a gold mine here because people kept coming to me, asking me about these products. And I was kind of shy about it. And I wish I wasn't, because there's something that I'm going to touch on quickly. I don't know. Is anyone here stylist? Like, comment in the chat if you're a stylist, or you've even have maybe a family member. And this is something, there will be a lot on my team. We have a ton of stylists. And this is something that I always want to talk about, is your online clientele. Okay. Online clientele. Nowadays, our social media becomes basically our portfolio. I remember back in the day in 2007, when I started doing hair, I literally had a portfolio I'd bring with me. Okay. It wasn't Instagram, it wasn't social media, but now it is our portfolio. So you know what? It's great when we get followers, but how do we monetize that? And that is something that stylists don't think of. Often stylists are like, I'm artistic, I'm behind the chair, I'm not business oriented. That is just never taught. Okay. So with that being said, when we grow our online clientele, and this is something that as I started doing hair, it hit me. I was like, whoa, I have all these people watching me. Some don't live in my area. Some maybe don't see me anymore. Maybe I'm booked. They can't come see me. Maybe they can't afford me. Maybe they love their stylist, but maybe they like me. I don't know. Maybe they live in the States. It doesn't matter. You have an online clientele. And I don't think sometimes we understand that. And they want you to help them with their hair needs, but other factors get in the way. So I feel like Monet really opened that door for me. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that I could service others with their hair needs through my social media. And I think that is something, if you guys are trying to recruit stylists, that is one thing that a lot of us really don't think about. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah. So the other thing too is you got to put yourself in a stylist's perspective and in their shoes. So if you are approaching stylists and you want stylists on your team, you have to think like the stylist in order to recruit them. So like Bailey was saying, building their online clientele, a lot of stylists don't even realize they need an online clientele. It's not something that we really think about. We think about, we go into work, we do the person that's sitting in front of us, we do their hair, and then, they leave and we do the next person. We're not thinking about what we could be doing to make money outside of.
Is she frozen or is it just me?
She's frozen.
Girl, she gets so passionate, she froze the screen. That's all that happened.
Can we just take a minute to love her face right now?
Is that less?
Yeah.
Yeah, dick. Oh, she's probably like, I can hear you. Maybe she'll move. Anyways, we're gonna move along because she's totally frozen. Okay, we made some notes. January's going great. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to touch on quickly here is additional product. A lot of us, can you hear me? I'm not frozen, right? Okay, we're good. Cool. Thumbs up. So a lot of times what I hear is, or people say is, but Monat's better. Guys, we know Monat is better. Okay, we know that. But you don't want to go to a stylist and be like, but our products are so superior. What do you use? And you don't know. You know what I mean? Like half of us don't even know what's out there anymore. So something that you can try doing is saying in addition to. It's an addition to. I don't know how many people right now that I follow salons are like curbside pickup, 10% off Verb, 10% off L'Oreal. And I'm thinking like, girl, why don't you sign up with Monat and it directly ships to your door? So that's another thing is this is an opportunity because it is a service they currently do not offer. It is addition to. Olaplex is great. L'Oreal's okay too. Davines is wonderful. All these products are good, but they are not Monat. They do not offer what we offer. They don't offer perks. They don't offer a membership. They don't offer extra bundling discounts. right? In salon, like we don't have that. Sometimes it's like, here, get a duo of hydration together. And we have skincare too. Obviously, if you're like, well, obviously, like we got skincare too, but you know what I mean? Try talking about it in that way, that it is an addition to product. It doesn't have to be a replacement, because you know, if they can just get the product in their hand, you know, there's some things in there that other lines don't carry. Other lines don't have our type of oil, okay? Other lines don't have our oil. There you are.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. My computer just completely shut down on me.
That's okay. We said it was your passion that froze the screen. I said it. No one else did.
What did I miss?
I just went on about how Monat's an addition to product. So that's all I would talk to them about, is that it's an addition to, you know, once they get it in their hands, it's going to be phenomenal. And this is really good when you stock up on travel size. For myself, I just drop them off. If Lindsay's came to me and said, Bailey, I'm interested, but I don't know, I'd say, here, now I'll just do the full size because I have inventory. But in the beginning, I had a travel size, and that's what got my attention. Sophie said, girl, take my travel size set and wash your hair. 2 washes in, I was sold. So that's when it's really good to get the travel products, because who cares, right? Like, let someone use them for 2 weeks and see how it goes. And it's a great way. They can use it on their clients too. Obviously, not right now, but that is something definitely to hit home with.
Yeah, I've even made baskets to bring to stylists with some of my key products that I use in the salon, like full-size bottles of shampoo and some styling products. And I've brought it to them and said, try it on yourself, try it on a few of your clients. See what you think, see what your clients think, get your clients' input, because nothing is going to sell you more than when your clients say, oh my God, I love this. And then the wheels start turning, you start realizing, oh, okay, I've got something here. People are interested in this. It's not just me. And going back to what I was saying before I lost you guys, I'm so sorry about that. Basically what I was saying was, a lot of stylists don't even realize the potential that they have right in front of them, and don't realize what they could do with an online clientele. And I've noticed it. So statistically, a client stays with a hairstylist for 7 years. That's stats, okay? That's the average. Some longer, some shorter, whatever. But on average, clients will move on after about 7 years. Wouldn't you love to still be capitalizing on that client and having that client connected to you even once they've moved on? I have clients that have moved on, and that's fine. But they're still VIPs of mine. I still touch base with them all the time. I'm still helping them take care of their hair. They're bringing their products to new stylists that have moved on, and it's just exploding. So things happen, you know, sometimes they want, you know, a different perspective or a different stylist. Sometimes they're moving and they don't have a choice, or even just the fact that they can get their home care stuff delivered straight to them and not have to come into the salon. So they can literally be anywhere. They can move away anywhere. They can go anywhere, and they're still your client. A lot of stylists don't even think about that. They think, okay, once my client's gone, that's it. I'm never going to see them again. This keeps them with you forever.
Totally. And if on another side, if you are a stylist on here, it gets them back in your chair. You touch base with your flagship. Yo, Cindy, you got a flagship. It's also time for those damn roots. I know your grays are showing. Let's book you in. So yeah. It is a great way to have 2 touches if you're stylist on here and you have those 2 points together. But I also saw grab bags, borrow bags. So I'm going to, I don't know, Lindsay, you might have a different opinion, but for me, I do not give shampoo conditioner because it is too specific. Things I give in my borrow bags are essentials, okay? Blowout cream. The oil, if I have samples or a little bit left, if I'm feeling like I really want this freaking market partner, I will give my Rejuva beads, a hair mask, super moisture, hair transformation, or replenish mask. If I really feel like they want to borrow a conditioner, I usually go with a safe bet, like intense repair conditioner or smoothing conditioner, because they want to feel the slipperiness in their sink. A knot detangler would be good. The dry shampoo, the dry texture spray, sculpting taffy, thermal protectant, things they can style and mold into the hair. You can give them a couple samples of shampoo, conditioner, but the worst thing you want them to do is love these products, and then they use, let's say, Revive on curly hair, and they're like, holy shit, that was a Madden mess. So that's kind of why I steer clear of giving shampoo, conditioner. I try to give all the other stuff. Do you agree, Linz? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I agree 100%. I do like to give some shampoos and conditioners, but I always stick with like my basics. I don't go into like my sublines. I stick to the ones that I know people are going to love and see results from right off the bat. Like your Renew and stuff like that. You can even throw in, I know they're not available right now, but when we had the Perfectly Platinum, like the toning shampoos are always nice too, because then they can see, the results right away when they're using it. But yeah, the styling products are amazing. I personally love the Frizz Fix primer too. That one is.
Oh, Rochelle loves that one too.
Go-to for blowouts.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, that's Renew. Oh my God, basics, Renew and Black. What Teresa said.
Yeah.
We'll go into that later. Don't worry, guys. We got you. And then I also saw something about contracts. Yes. If you are in a salon and they can't sell Kevin Murphy, sorry, you're SOL. Okay. You have to make that decision. Is it worth it doing Monat and stepping out on my own, or finding Monat salons? There's tons of Monat salons out now. So you know what? Personally, for me, I love at-home salons or someone who rents a chair, because it's just them. They don't have to go to their boss and ask for permission, because it's already hard enough as a stylist thinking about your peers. Now you have to also be worried about going to a boss. So it has some tricky behavior there. I don't even know why I said that. Tricky, it's tricky. Unless you go to the boss and convert the whole salon, and you can do that too, okay?
Can I play devil's advocate on this one though?
Yeah.
Because before I went on my own, I was with a salon, and they were L'Oreal exclusive. And I was doing Monat, but also having to be exclusive to L'Oreal in that salon. And I'll be honest with you guys, I looked at it the other way. So I was like, okay, I've got my clients that like the L'Oreal, but I've also got clients that aren't using the L'Oreal. Because not everybody that is coming to you in the salon is using what's being sold to them in the salon. There's a lot of people that are getting their own stuff or trying different things outside of your salon. So I was taking advantage of those situations and those clients, and I was able to have them as like, side clients for Monat outside of the salon. And I just didn't, I didn't put it in people's faces in the salon, obviously, because I wanted to respect my bosses and their exclusivity to L'Oreal. However, I did start working on the boss and the rest of the staff in the salon, and a few of them actually signed up as market partners as well. But when I started my own salon, I kept L'Oreal in my salon for about a year, and Monat, and I had the two, and I was working with the two together until the majority of my clients ended up switching and becoming VIPs. And then I said, okay, well, I might as well become exclusive to Monat. But just because somebody is exclusive to another product in a salon, it doesn't mean that all of their clients are using those products. So
Totally.
It's just having those conversations with your clients and figuring out what they're open to outside of the salon.
100%. So yeah, you could do either or. Some people will be in your written contract for stylists, and some are going to be a little bit more open-minded, which is great. If you can have that,
yeah,
minute, girls. Okay.
Ultimately, a stylist working for themselves is going to be much easier to convert to Monat, because they don't have anybody else breathing down their neck, and they're going to be completely open to trying new things.
And that brings us to our other point, which is people who come into the salon aren't stylists selling you product, okay? Like when a representative comes from corporate, let's say L'Oreal, just because everyone knows who that is, that person isn't a hairstylist. That person didn't, you know what I mean? They are a sales rep. So it is no different than what we are doing. They do not know every single ingredient. If there's an added ingredient, like, I don't know, maybe it has Moroccan oil in it. I'm just throwing that out there. And they're like, okay, all of our stuff's infused with this Moroccan oil right now. Then they would come and say, this is our new line. It has this benefits to it. And they list off the key benefits. I think sometimes we get so caught up in having to know every single ingredient, but just know our key fundamental ingredients that make our company different. And that's all you have to do. It's right in your VIP pamphlet, right in your, when you first get your thing, it's in like the little, what is it? Like the booklet, the product booklet. Anyways, it says it right on there, and every product will say like C for like Capixol, and it lists what's in there. So that's it. Just know the key ingredients and you are good to go. You're good to go. I forget what else we had written down. That's basically.
So along with the reps, so like Bailey said, not all reps are hairstylists. As a stylist, knowing like as a money market partner, knowing that, and when you're approaching hairstylists, you have to also let them see that they can grow their networks outside of the chair, not just in the chair. So they're going to grow their network in the chair because there's so many people that are looking for money exclusive stylists and stylists that are using money, but you're also growing your network outside of the chair. So you're able to expand your clientele in other ways.
Yeah. So for instance, I'm going to touch on that as well. Something I did notice, I was down here, this was once my salon, which has now turned into my office, is everyone who came into my chair not only became my VIP, but guess what? As I grew my team of multiple market partners, who do you think was doing their hair? Who do you think they sent every VIP to? Who do you think was booked within a year of doing, I didn't do hair for many years. I did real estate, then I went back to doing hair. Anyways, okay, it's tenfold. And I think that's something that we don't really think about is when we get into that Monate market, there are so many people for your chair because now you have your VIPs, your market partners VIPs, plus your market partners, because they want to go to that salon. I've had people come to me and say, people are asking me about this product. I know you've partnered with them. Tell me more, because there are people searching out for our product, and that's phenomenal. So it's really like a funnel. You take your online clientele, you can make them a VIP, they come into your chair, or they become a market partner, and then either their business becomes into your chair in your salon, right? Or they become your VIP and they refer people. So it is an amazing funnel. It's just a circle, right? And that's a thing when even before social media, it was, how do I get busy behind the chair? I remember using to have to hand out flyers, offer discounts, free haircuts with color. Like we've all been there. So these
Oh my God, Groupon.
Yes, Groupon. Okay, totally Groupon. So I think this is one thing that if you guys are wanting to appeal to stylists, this is something maybe they haven't thought about, is the fact that they have a built-in network soon as they join. Because people want to support. And we know that is in this company, like we are the first person to support someone. And I just think that is really overlooked.
So
right?
Rachel just said here in the comments, those reps are often getting incentives and trips and commission based on the sales the salons are making. So it's true. It's just like what we're doing. However, when you're approaching stylists, you got to think about the stylist mind. What is the stylist getting out of selling product in the salon? I'll tell you, not a whole lot. Half the time, it's maybe 10% commission. If you're on your own and you're selling product, it's a little bit of the retail markup, but you're not getting any trips. You're not getting incentives like that. The most you're getting is points. points with your company that you are selling the product for, and those points can go towards things like education. Rarely do they go towards free product, but sometimes they do if they have like a little, deal, whatever, in certain times of the year. But most of the time it goes towards education. Now, education is damn expensive for us. So those points rarely cover the whole class. So you have to think about, what can I offer these stylists that they're not already getting? You're offering them the things that the reps are getting, the things that all those incentives that their reps are getting from them buying the products from the reps, they're now able to get. They're now able to get the trips. They're able to get the commissions. They're able to get the bonuses. They're able to get the car. Those are all things that we never would have gotten. And we're going to be touching on this as well. I'm just going to jump right into it, Bales, if you don't mind. But income caps. As stylists, we don't have that flexibility and that room to really grow our income. If you really think about it, we can only do so many people in a day, and there's only so many hours in a day. So once, like for me, for instance, before I went and branched out onto my own, I was at my salon, I was working almost 60 hours a week, and I was tapped. Every hour that I was in the salon, there was somebody in my chair, sometimes 2 to 3 people in my chair at once. And I had assistants juggling and helping me, because it was just like boom, 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 boom. I was at my cap. There was no way I was going to be making more money unless I started charging a hell of a lot more money to my clients, which you can't really do if other salons are not there. You got to still be in the competitive price range. And so I didn't have that ability to grow my income. Now with money, the sky's the limit. I'm in MM and I'm reaching for SED. I'm going to go there, and you're just going to keep making more money. So think about that for stylists when you're approaching them, letting them know, like, you can only do so many clients in a day, but I've got a way for you to make a ton of money while you're doing your clients, while you're sitting at home with your kids or enjoying your family or on your days off. I'm going to let your business work for you, even though you're not actually physically working. That is a huge thing. For me personally, I went through some crazy financial stuff recently with COVID and everything. Obviously, I'm not working. I am shut down. My husband even lost his job last year, and he was unemployed for a little bit. And I was on mat leave. I had just had a baby. And so we're sitting here going, holy shit, what are we going to do? I had money. Money has got us through so much. Like, I cannot stress to you guys, money has saved our finances. It's probably saved our marriage, because we haven't been like crazy stressed and at each other because of all of this. It saved so much in my life. And if I didn't have this as a stylist, I would be freaking out right now, especially during these times where the shutdowns are happening and we're not able to work. Even things like taking a vacation. My husband and I would never be able to go on a vacation, because in order for us to go on a vacation, that's me losing an income or losing a week's worth of income. It's having to pay for childcare, even though the kids are not going to daycare. Maybe they're coming on vacation with us. There's so many, and paying for the trip. There's so many things that go into taking time off, and not just taking the time off. Not everybody has the luxury of those 2 weeks paid vacation. Stylists definitely don't have that. I had 2 back-to-back mat leaves, 9 months apart, 18 months apart. I can't do math. And didn't get EI for it. My husband was unemployed at the time. Tell me how I'm paying my mortgage. Money. If I didn't have money, I don't know where we would be. And yeah, like I said, with those vacations, I never would be able to afford to take the vacation and take that time off. But because money is giving me those trips and paying for those trips, then taking the week off work doesn't feel like such a hard hit, right? So giving these incentives to stylists and showing them, listen, I know your industry is tough. I know it's a hard job to really gain and grow. Once you hit the top, once you become a master stylist, it's like, that's it, you're there. And where do you go from there? This is going to help you go even farther.
Whoop, whoop. It's so true, guys. I joined when I was pregnant with my last. Anyways, so that's so true. You got to think about that. If you didn't know, if you're self-employed as a stylist, rent a chair, you don't get mat leave. Okay. So for me, I took 3 weeks, 3 weeks with both kids, 3 flipping weeks. That's it. I know Lindsay was in the same boat. So you can't take more time. You don't have the income coming in, and your clients are going to leave you. Plain and simple. You've been busting your ass for years building that damn clientele. These are things, if you really want to recruit stylists, think about these things. Okay. Like for me now, I have kids just like Lindsay. I want to be home on the weekends. I don't want to miss another wedding. When I was in salon, I got 2 Saturdays off a year. That's it. I had to miss a friend's wedding once because I soaked up my other 2 for my own wedding and my own honeymoon. BS. They call bullshit on that. So knowing these little things is what's going to get people to go, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It gets them thinking, really thinking. And I saw one other question about structure. This is how I do it. It's worked for me, and I'm going to share it. I know Lindsay kind of does it the similar way too. So for instance, if I have a salon that wants to join, the owners become the market partner. Whether they want to put it as a salon or individually, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Because then they're going to sign their staff up as all level 1. And whoever the staff recruits, that goes all under them. I always say level 1 because you don't want to build one up and not build another. And if everyone joins as a level 1, then if they go to a different salon and they still want to rep, great. Right? So I just do that. You can do a salon. I believe mine's salon 1367, which was when I was in this basement. I think Lindsay's is 26 hair. Yeah. But you could do that if you want, but it's still one person. Unless you're a couple, then you can make it a duo. But you just have to email Monique for that. Other than that, and then you just write it off like you're buying normal product, just like you do now, right? It's just like, oh, I spent $5,000 this year on Monet, the same as I spent $5,000 on Davinus. It's a business write-off. Okay, and you sign up all your stylists under you, whether you want to pay for the product pack or you want them to invest is totally your call.
And touching on write-offs too, having stylists doing money, they actually can write off more because they're not just writing off their salon expenses. They're also, because money is direct sales, you're able to write off more. You're able to write off more car expenses and more of your home expenses because you're using more of your resources around you. You're using your car, you're using your home. You're not just using the certain square footage in your home to your salon. You're using other parts of your home as well, your internet and things like that. So you can write those off as well. So it's actually more write-offs. It's kind of like stacking write-offs.
Literally, we could go on for like a decade about this.
Yeah, we could talk about this stuff for so long. We're so passionate about this.
It's up to you. Like, if you want to pay for a product pack for your market partner, go for it. I don't, that's a personal call as a company. You know what I mean? If that's something you want to switch your whole salon into Monet and you're making all of your stylists become a rep, that's just something that you have to do and disclose on yourself. Is that legal? Probably not. But like, is that in the guidelines, I should say? But I do know that a lot of salons do that. But I always think it's better for them to pay because they get more skin in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're riding on it for them.
Yeah. All right, let's go to these questions because 40 minutes. Oh, we had trouble. So 30 minutes has gone by. And I hopefully that answered. If you ever want to just like DM, go for it. And do salons carry inventory? I would let you know what I know I do. Grab bags, guys. I buy grab bags like they're going out of style because guess what goes on my shelf? I pay $40 for a grab bag, get $250 worth of product. I'm selling that. That's how you make your markup. That's what you do. That's the key. and I don't put everything on my shelves. I do the staples, thermal, dry texture, sculpting taffy, dry shampoo, stuff that people are like, oh, I need to grab it, but I don't need a flex ship yet. Those things that are quick, right? So grab bag sales are fundamental, and those big packages, like the blow, like, you know what I mean? Where it was like the get a Rejuva beads and this and this and that. It's like 10 things and you get like a brush set. That is great retail space. Okay, buy one shampoo, get a conditioner for $12, great back bar to use on your clients. You learn that as you go, but that's what I do.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what we do okay? Okay, so Vanessa, want to hit us up with some hair concern questions?
Yes, I do. And I feel like just a disclaimer that this can go on again all night because people have so many questions. We have about 6 that are very common that people, when they're starting with the hair care products, it kind of usually comes to us at least in the first 3 months. So it's more as in from a hairstylist point of view, how would you answer that? So if you guys have any other questions, put them in the comments. I know it's going to be probably overwhelming, but let's just start with the ones that we have. Although you did touch upon one that kind of slid in there about the keratin treatment. So anyone that has a keratin treatment, you said smoothing duo. Okay.
Smoothing duo, because it's mild and it's for frizz control. It's not going to cleanse the hair, so you don't have to worry about pulling anything out.
Okay, perfect. So that's that. Okay, so when people are starting the products and they say, oh, my hair is falling out, like obviously because they're going through like the transition or detox phase, whatever you want to call it, how do you handle that when people say that?
Okay. I'm like, yo, girl, just muster through. That's not what I say. So I get this is such an open-ended question and everyone is going to answer it differently. Okay. For myself, I am someone who doesn't recommend black first. Other people on my team recommend the black first. Okay. What I find with black and intense repair is it speeds up the shed cycle. So if someone says to me, Bailey, I'm really nervous, I see my scalp and my hair's falling out, I would no way I'm giving them black or IRT because it helps tackle inflammation of the scalp. That's why it has double the capixel. So you have to remember, if they're already suffering from hair loss, the last thing you want to give them is a product that speeds up shedding. They're going to lose it. Right? They're going to be like, oh my God, more's coming out. And why it speeds it up is because I want you to think of how many of you wear socks and then you take it off? I'm hoping this analogy is going to make sense. And you have a line around your foot, right? Because, okay, this is not going to make sense. Okay, let's say that, let's use losing weight, okay? You lost some weight, you're thinner, you pull up your pants, they fall down. It's the same as what's going on. So your your follicle is really tight because it has inflammation in it. So now you've released the inflammation. So now the follicle is bigger, but the hair strand is still thin. It's still wiggling in there and it falls out. So the faster you reduce the inflammation, the more they're going to feel like they're having sped up hair shed. But it isn't. It's just the hair was already going to fall out because it's being suffocated with inflammation. It's just going to pop and fall out. So I often go with, what's your roots? If it's oily and their hair's relatively healthy, they're getting volume shampoo. If they're dry, they're getting Renew. I only pick from Revive, Renew, Black and Intense Repair. Like that's it. Unless someone has like unruly hair, then I'll give them the smoothing conditioner, maybe the smoothing shampoo. But those are like, I put these two together. Intense Repair and Black, they're pretty much the same. Revive and Renew. So that's what I do. So it's really all about listening and seeing what is that person's hair concern.
Okay, so you just said, because this is like mind blowing now. So you were just saying, if they can see their scalp, usually they come to us being like, I want my hair to grow. Look, my hair is so thin, I can see the scalp. But saying that, you would not give them the Black or Intense Repair.
If yes and no. Like, obviously you can see my scalp when I do this, but you know, when people come to you and they have like
Yeah, you can
permanent hair loss,
Yeah.
I tend to not do that. And what I do is I say, on your next flagship, we're going to introduce intense repair, because you're always going to get hair growth with Revive, Renew, with all our products, unless they don't have Capixyl, much like the new shampoo that came out doesn't have Capixyl. You're not going to get hair growth with the vinegar one. Sorry, I forget the name. Purifying vinegar shampoo. You're not going to get that. And the same with the reconstruction line. Okay, you're not going to get growth with that. So I always just lead up to my next order. Girl, we're going to get you started on this. Let's see how it goes. I always make sure that I put in another product, and then I say, on your next flagship, let's get you into the hair growth boost. And now I've already set up my next flagship. I already got my next order coming in within the next 60 days.
Oh, okay, so then black or intense repair is a secondary thing. It's to come. You probably
Yes.
don't see them on their first.
Just not the first time, because yeah, I just want them to feel the product, love it, see the results, and then you can go in. It's an intense product, intense repair. Black shampoo is intense also. I always ask if someone likes peppermint. Like, I'm always like, yo, you okay with peppermint? They're like, no. I'm like, you're not getting it then. Intense repair it is.
Okay.
You guys have to think about, in terms of like longevity in your business, you don't want to shock people, right? You don't want to, like, black and intense repair can be shocking because the results are very, they're very aggressive. So you don't want people to kind of freak out when they first use them. They want to use them and fall in love right away. So if they've got fine, limp, oily hair, they're going to fall in love with the volume right away, because that volume shampoo is going to give them volume right away. And same with Renew. If they're super dry, they're going to notice that moisture right away without any, other repercussions. It's just going to be instant positive results. So you make them feel good, you make them love their hair, and then you bring things in after that's going to help them long term. And like Bailey first said at the beginning of this whole thing, when she said power through, when you bring that in at later on, and let's say they're starting to say, oh, I'm noticing this and that, that's when I say to them, use it as an alternate. Don't use it every wash, use it as an alternate and power through. Trust the process, because yes, you are going to experience that shedding, but you need to shed. You need to shed in order to grow those sustainable hairs, because that shedding is hair that wasn't meant to be there anyways. It was literally just stuck in there like a glue, as opposed to attached to a healthy, sustainable bulb that is holding on for dear life, and it's a healthy bulb. You want that to get out so that the oxygen can come in and grow those healthy bulbs, because those healthy bulbs will hold on. And then that's when you get the thicker, fuller, denser feeling hair and all that new growth. Once that new growth comes in and starts growing, that's when the magic happens.
And everyone's different with shedding. I think some people think that you use money, you don't shed. Like, sometimes, like, guys, when you're stressed, like, through COVID, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of hair. So when people come in, they're like, I'm shedding more than usual, be like, no shit. Me too. It's a stressful year. You gotta have fun with it. Don't take it so, this product's amazing. It's amazing. Don't worry about that. Reassure them with a little bit of comedic relief. No shit. It's a stressful year. Sometimes we shed more. You know what I mean? So it's just have confidence in your reply.
Okay, amazing. I love that. And I agree. Just like some keeping it light, not making it too serious. So when would you recommend the black over intense repair shampoo? Like,
oh, girl.
Kind of like the different.
I think everyone's going to have different. I know that Lindsay's probably going to say something different than I do. For me, I love intense repair. I feel like black is way too drying on my hair type. I have fine hair. Okay. But I know Teresa loves the black shampoo. And I know other girls say that intense repair is too drying. It's really something that you're just going to have to ask and find the questions. And that's why I'd say to them, how do you feel about peppermint? Like an invigorating feeling. Some people they want that shampoo. I remember when I used to do hair down in Toronto, they'd be like, and Bedhead used to have this like peppermint men's shampoo. Everyone would go nuts for it, because a lot of people want that invigorating feeling, the active feeling in their scalp. And that's honestly that's for me personally. I just kind of ask them like, well, we have one that's a little bit more like it's kind of like rosemary tea tree oily smell, or we have this one that's peppermint. It's a bit invigorating, and just giving you the heads up. Like packs a little bit of punch, but it's a great shampoo. That's it. That is what I do. What about you, Linz?
See, me personally, I find the black less drying than the intense repair. Yeah, we're opposite because I'm not a fan of intense repair. I find it makes my hair really staticky and heavy. But my mom, who has super, super baby fine hair, loves the intense repair and hates the black. So I think it's honestly, yeah, just like a personal preference thing.
Yeah, I really do think, guys, it's nothing really that much different. Like, it's just
like the way I look at it too is black was designed as a men's shampoo, even though it's universal and great for us as well. It was designed as a men's, and I think the IR was designed as the woman's equivalent to the black. But there are a little.
There's nothing really to like. There's nothing where it's like, whoa, these are so different, like Black and Revive. You know what I mean? I think it's just a personal preference. And sometimes you just got to circulate through. And you know what? Today I had someone who's on intense repair, and she goes, I heard great things about the black. Do you think I can incorporate it? I said, sure thing. Why not? Can you send me a picture though? She had all this new growth. I said, you need some Rejuva beads too. Let's get you an order in. So, you know what I mean? And she wanted to try the black. I said, well, what? Just give it a whirl. If you're like an intense repair, you're probably going to like the black. No harm, no foul. Like, you can always return it. I think sometimes we just kind of get so like, like we grip the seat of our chair, like, right?
Yeah. We never want to give the wrong thing. We're like, oh my God, don't give the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. Another question. I hope that answered it, because
I'm going to jump in for 2 seconds on that one, because I'm really straight up with my customers, and I'll straight up tell them, like, it might take a couple months for us to figure out what your perfect match is. So I let them know right up front, like, I go with complete confidence. I don't waver with them. I say, let's get you on the Renew, or let's get you on this. And, in a couple months, we might switch it up. But for now, let's see if you like this product, and we're going to find the right thing for you. Because when you go in with confidence, then they're like, okay, she knows what she's doing, and maybe it's going to take me a couple months.
And taking advantage of those flex get them started on something, and then say, but I'm going to also recommend this for in 30 days or for in 60 days. I want you incorporating this with your routine, just so that they can mix it up and see what they prefer.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a good tip, Teresa. Another question for you guys. So when people start the products and they say, my scalp feels sore or it feels tender, why is that, or how do you explain that to them?
So that's the follicles. Basically what's happening, there's a great slide on it. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's almost like a little cartoon, and there's like little follicles and the little hairs trying to poke out. That's what it is. It's literally, okay, I'm going to use an analogy that I'm sure most people on the Zoom are women, so I know you're gonna understand this. When you get a Brazilian, or even if you shave, and then a few days later, the hair is starting to come back and you get itchy. It's the same thing. It's that hair is now starting to come back through and peek out again, and it's causing that stimulation. It's the same with on our scalp. When you're removing all that buildup and the oxygen is getting to your follicles, the oxygen is getting to your scalp, and those new bulbs are forming, those new strands are forming, they're sitting under the skin. So once they're starting to come up through the skin, you're going to feel that stimulation. And it might be a little bit irritating. It might feel a little bit tender, but I always say, like, power through, do some oil treatments, do some things to help with that process. Oil treatments are key because the oil is going to soften the skin and soften the scalp to allow the hair to come through a lot easier and not feel so, aggressive. If they're having open sores, scabs, anything like that that's like super, red and stuff like that, then that's an allergic reaction. And I personally advise my clients, like if they're having an allergic reaction, I just say, nah, stop using them, because I don't want to put them through. First of all, I don't want them to hate the product. Second of all, I don't want to further their injury. So I will simply say, okay, that's an allergic reaction, let's lay off for a bit and maybe we can revisit later. Because the last thing you want to do is push it, and then now they're really freaking out. But yeah, if it's literally just that little bit of like tenderness, little bit of bumps, that's not major cause for concern, and it's literally your hair growing.
Yeah, and I'll add to that too, when it comes to the bumps, guys. For instance, I had a girl who had the bumps. We all get them. I still get them back here when I'm loving on my dry shampoo, okay? It's built up. It's like a pimple. You're cleansing it. Our products have active ingredients. Pixel is an active ingredient, so it's stimulating the follicle. It's like pushing out a pimple. What, do you love these analogies? I do. So that's what the raisness is. And then if you're itching it, then you're gonna pop the pimple. And if you keep attacking it, and then you're doing more black shampoo or intense repair, because that is mostly, the feedback you get of I got the bumps. That's when they're going to turn into sores too. But it could also, just like Lindsay said, it can be an allergic reaction also. But if the bumps have developed over a month, then it's just pushing out the sludge, because you have to think about it especially if you have been using heavy products like Pantene or Tresemme, stuff that really coats the hair, heavy silicones. Okay, Monat's peeling it off, and that is on your scalp. Imagine you never exfoliated your face. Okay, imagine this, like you're 32 and you've never exfoliated once. Imagine all the peel that would come off your skin. So it's the same as your scalp. That's why I'm excited about this new scalp scrub. Okay, because it's literally pulling it off. So sometimes people will be like, oh, I have dandruff now. And I'm like, no, girl, that is the waxy product. That's 20 years of mousse on your curls. That is 13 years of using that damn hair oil. Like, it's literally flaking off. So that is something else to be aware of. So if people are getting the bumps, that sometimes I'll say, listen, I'm going to drop you off a Renew shampoo, because it's more mild and it doesn't have as much active ingredient in it. So that's what I find personally. And then you can go right back and start using the black or using the intense repair, because it's usually, because it has double the ingredient, double the active ingredient, you're going to get the raised bumps quicker, because it's speeding up the process.
Okay, so Lindsay kind of touched upon it, which was another question about sores. So sores could be kind of what you explained, Bailey, that it's the pimple, it's itchy, they're scratching it, which is going to open and create, some bleeding, which is going to create a sore. But it could also be an allergic reaction. So if you have, one, how do you determine that? And maybe it's probably just asking a lot of questions so was it itchy? Were you scratching it? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think if it's an allergic reaction,
right,
it's going to happen the first time they wash. If it's an allergic reaction, if you're allergic to peanuts and you ate one peanut, you're going to have an allergic reaction. You're not going to have allergic reaction on the number 10. You know what I mean? So if someone's been like, it's been 3 weeks and now I have these bumps and I've been itching them and now it's kind of red, then for sure that's what's going on. But if it's an allergic reaction, it's probably going to be down their neck, maybe on their body. You know what I mean? So that's sometimes why I love when we have the sales that you get the mini black or the mini Renew shampoo, because I'm like, you're going to get the Renew and you're going to get the mini black, because now they can test both. They can test the waters with both. So I love when we have the mini shampoos, because I always am like, okay, you know what? I can give them something a bit heavier because they have the mini black, and we can see if they start liking that and introducing it.
And I've personally seen an allergic reaction, and it wasn't just localized to where the hair grows. It actually, like, they were red all down along their hairline, even on the back of their neck, like onto the areas that we see, that's not just covered by hair. And it was red and bumpy. And right away I knew, I'm like, that's an allergic reaction, because typically If that's just, again, like the follicles and those little bumps, it's going to only be where the hair is growing. It's not going to be here on our forehead. It's not going to be on our neck, right? So, and again, right away, you're going to notice it.
Okay, good. Okay, 2 more questions. One with dandruff. So with dandruff, I've heard black and oil treatments. What do you guys recommend? Is it a complicated one? Is like everyone has their own theory?
Everyone is different.
Mhm.
I think every single person is different. My man suffers from a little bit of dandruff and psoriasis. So when this new shampoo came out, he was like, yo, mama, you better order me that shit. Because I really feel, for me personally, I like Renew because it balances the scalp's pH and the hair. It's a great post-color shampoo. Like people just letting you know, post-color, if you use Renew a few times after, like that color is going to stay. So yeah, when it comes to dandruff or psoriasis, I feel like the oil treatment is key. The oil treatment's key, but you kind of got to play around with the shampoos, because if you are dandruff and oily, then maybe black and intense repair is going to work. But if you're dandruff and you're dry AF, okay, you just got dry skin, you're probably going to be looking at smoothing or Renew, something that's super gentle.
Or even the Super Nourish.
Oh yeah, see, I haven't played with that one much.
That one, I've had a few people use it for dandruff and they really liked it. It's unfortunate because it's a very heavy shampoo, so it kind of weighs the hair down, but if they're looking for relief on the scalp, they liked it.
Yeah.
Well,
but then, you know what? I don't even, now with the new stuff, that's going to be my go-to. That's going to be my go-to for it.
Like dandruff, to be honest, you can get seasonal dandruff. Like even I get a little bit dry, girls, in the winter, but it's internal. If you're suffering from scalp issue, psoriasis, or dandruff, it's usually you just have something going on, right? And I'm not like, I just know that through my own experiences and dealing with people as a stylist. It could be anything, yeah, from stress to hormone imbalance, a food, whatever. Right. And there's another thing, if you didn't know, I had a girl in my chair who thinks she's celiac, and she started using Monat, and a lot of stuff started clearing up for her. And she kind of put 2 and 2 together. It was gluten-free and she was already thinking. So I have
a lot of clients.
Yeah.
A lot of clients who are celiac that love our products. And like I have one client in particular, a male client, and he refuses to follow the guidelines of diet because he's a man and he's stubborn. I hope my husband can hear me. But it's not him, but he's stubborn too. But he's got like the red patches all over and the dry flakiness, and that's from the gluten that's causing that. Anytime he has gluten, his scalp breaks out. And he's finding using our products has actually tamed it and has calmed it down quite a bit. He uses the oil on it every day, rubs it on, and it calms it down. But ultimately, he needs to stick to a celiac diet and take gluten out of his diet if he wants to get rid of the reaction on his scalp. Duh.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have 2 more questions. One just came up just because you're talking about the new product line, which is the purifying vinegar. So that's gonna be the last question. But one with curly hair, no, I'm not asking that because I have curly hair, is because curly hair is a beast and people know how to recommend that. But what I've heard is with curly hair, people tend to give smoothing because it tames the frizz. But what I've heard is that curly hair is actually lacking hydration or moisture, whatever you want to call it. So before giving smoothing, you should give it more hydration.
So
I'm a stylist, so I don't know. So
yeah.
What do you guys feel about that?
This is me. This is what my brain thinks. When I think of someone who has curly hair, I think of years of mousse gel and a whole bunch of silicones to tame that fucking frizz. So if I'm going to add smoothing on top, it's going to be a greasy fucking mess because it's adding like a layer of heavy shampoo on top of years of product buildup. So you really want to cleanse the hair. That's what I think. I find my curly girls love Renew in black. They really do, because I feel like the black peels off, because you have to think, if you guys have been using mousse and gel and it's caked on there, you're getting a lot of frizz because of the product friction that's been built up, right? Yeah, you do. So I find getting Renew is great because Renew is one of my favorite. I wish I didn't have such freaking fine hair because it's the best shampoo we have in my eyes. But it really weighs down my hair. But I love the Renew. It offers so much hydration. Like I said, it balances out the pH. And on top of that, it adds shine, manageability. You can comb through it. You don't even have to comb your hair after you use that sucker. But the black is great because it cleanses. Like, let's get real. We should all incorporate black into our routine, or clarifying, which is now our new shampoo, because our hair will always get buildup on it. Like, no matter if we're using hairsprays or dry shampoos, like there will always be a film. So with curlier hair, it's years of film and it needs to be removed. So you got to cleanse it off. So that's why black and smoothing conditioner would be awesome. And, another way.
I love Renew and smoothing.
You like, Renew and smoothing is good too. Like, depending on how unruly your curls are. You know what I mean? And then for advanced hydration shampoo conditioner, I find that for me, I get the best response on people that have more of that brillowy, wavy, thicker hair texture. It's not quite curly, but it is thick and it has a wave to it. And do you kind of know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm trying to see if anyone on this screen.
Sarah Beltrano.
So that's when I get the best, because it's heavy, but it's kind of like a gel consistency. So that's honestly, advanced hydration is, I don't often recommend them, but it's kind of one of the ones where I'm like, well, you want to try this out? You've been using Monate for a bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lose them on the shampoo conditioner because I feel like it's like a niche, but I do love that conditioner. In the summer, that's my go-to.
Okay, so for curly hair, it's black and Renew, which I love. That is my go-to. So as a curly girl, thin curls, I recommend that. That's getting all the products built off. And then either smoothing conditioner. I usually use smoothing conditioner in the summer, but in the winters, either advanced hydrate or intense repair.
Perfect.
So just to confirm, someone asked about oily. What was the question? Okay, so
oily.
Oily, yeah, because we had said, or you guys had recommended, I know it's a very individual recommendation, but black and intense repair or revive, if it's fine and limp, is what we recommend for oily. But if they have thick, oily hair, would you still recommend revive, or would you go with black or intense repair?
I personally, Bales, did you want to go?
No, you go.
If their hair is really thick and oily, I personally would probably go with an intense repair or a black, only because a lot of girls that have super thick, big hair, they don't want even more volume. But we need to really cleanse the hair, because if that's their issue with oily, they want it cleansed. So you could go with black and intense repair, or you could do something else and bring that in as an alternate.
Yeah, like for me, that's me. I don't have wavy hair, but it's thick and fine. So I find personally Revive, if anyone's ever oily, Revive is going to get the oil better than any shampoo we offer. Hands down. If someone's going through an oily bout, I sometimes mail them Revive. It's like, use this for 2 weeks, you'll be fine. Never get a complaint. So but the thing is, if you have really, really fine, brittle hair, Revive is not your friend. Like, if you're afraid to brush your hair when it's wet and dry, like, no bueno. You want to be looking to the reconstruction line, okay? Because Revive pushes out moisture to get fuller hair. So if someone already is suffering from dry hair, you kind of got to pick, like, do you want to tackle, what do we want to tackle here? And I know you didn't ask this, but for me, how I recommend is I do scalp hair repair. So shampoo for scalp, conditioner for the hair. The third product is reparative, thermal, blowout cream, something like that. You get what I mean? Like, and I say, okay, how's your scalp? Shampoo. If it's oily, I know where I'm going. How's your hair condition? It's dry. Okay, then the conditioners for that, and then a reparative product. So this month you could do double whammy with the Rejuva beads and a hair mask, or the Rejuva beads and a blowout cream. And then what you say to them is, I want to build you a system, okay? a whole system of 360-degree protection. But I know, and then I kind of say, so on your next order, we're going to introduce a hair mask and a thermal protectant and a dry shampoo. But right now we're going to get you situated on a shampoo, conditioner, and let's say the blowout cream. So I'm always talking to them about all the products they need. And I say, let's just start here and we're going to build you an amazing hair care routine. And with your next order, this is what's in place. It will be shipped in March. And if you want to make any changes, just let me know. So now I already have them thinking about, it's not just shampoo and conditioner that's going to fix my hair. I also need to tackle, thermal protectant, right styling products, oil treatments. Like I try to get them to really think that it's a whole system for their hair. And that's what I do.
I think Shannon wants to add something quick. Is that okay?
Sure.
Go for it, girl.
Hey. Sorry, I just wanted to jump back quickly to the whole gluten-free thing because I saw some people writing some stuff in the comments about it and celiac and that kind of stuff. And I have one of my girlfriends that is celiac. So if you get anybody that's ever giving you a bit of a pushback, because we do have like oat and wheat germ and all that stuff in our products that actually helps our hair. But it's very similar to when you're brewing like a gluten-free beer, the gluten is actually removed. So if they read the ingredients and they do see oat and they see wheat germ and they see these in the ingredients, people get a little bit confused because you're saying it's gluten-free, but then it shows this in the ingredients. So very similar to gluten-free anything for that matter. I just know beer because I sell beer, but it's the same process that they remove the gluten from the product before it's all incorporated into it, because there's properties in wheat and wheat germ and oat that's very good for our hair. So I just saw some comments in the side there. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that just in case anybody gets any pushback, at least you're educated and you kind of understand the difference between gluten and gluten-free.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. The other thing too is what we were talking about before with scalp hair repair. I also follow the same method. And one thing I noticed in our quiz on our website, I'm not saying anything bad about our website, but there's no question about the scalp. And my first question every time with a potential is always, how's your scalp? I don't care about your hair. I don't care about your texture. I'll get to that later. I want to know how your scalp is. That is my main concern first and foremost. So our team actually redid a quiz, and we have our own quiz that we send out to our potentials. And the first question is, what is your scalp like? Oily, dry, combination, normal. It's a little bit more thorough, and we send that out. So that's something that you guys could do too. You could make your own quiz with more specific questions to help you with your potentials. Because sometimes the quiz that we have on our site is a little bit more vague. I like to really make sure we're asking the proper questions and getting those specific answers.
Yes, I totally agree with you. We do that as well on our team because that Monday quiz is like, wow, there's
right.
It's like, and it doesn't get to the root of the problem.
Exactly.
Questions. Okay, last question, because I know we can go on literally forever. We need like a hairstylist hotline, basically. But
what up?
Yeah, this new purifying apple cider vinegar, whatever that is. What the hell is it? Why do we need it? Because on the description, it said oil for oily hair types and then all hair types. So what is it? Who is it for?
Girls, it can be for anybody. I think it's just replacing the clarifying shampoo, but apple cider vinegar is a more natural way. It closes the cuticle, it adds shine. People already do apple cider vinegar rinses. I know Kaylee on her team used to have a bad outbreak of psoriasis, and girl, she was in there she's like, oh my God, it's so cold, right? So it's the same as a clarifying shampoo. It's great for hard water, buildup. It's just a general great product to have. I don't think you can go wrong recommending it to anybody. It's color safe. it's gentle enough to use every day, but there's no hair growth benefits. And for the scrub is amazing. It's a pink clay. It has AHAs in it. So vitamin B. And it's the same thing. You put it in your hand. It's a step one. You tackle the scalp, rinse it off, follow with the shampoo, and then a conditioner. Or you could just use the shampoo and a conditioner. Or you can just use the scrub and do your shampoo conditioner. So the apple cider vinegar shampoo I'm really excited about because it's great for curly hair also because it's going to smooth and your cuticle. Curly hair, the cuticle's like, meh, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to say what I want to say, but it's frazzled, okay? So that's why sometimes it's not as shiny, and that's why sometimes it's not as smooth and we extra frizzy. So the apple cider vinegar shampoo or the ingredient, I hear it doesn't smell like that. It smells very wonderful and floral is what I'm told, but that's what it's really going to help you with. And you know what? I bet you it's going to be amazing for scalp issues.
So there's actually, there's a salon in Vaughan, I think it is, and they don't do hair, like they don't do color and cut, anything like that. It's literally scalp facials. Well, yeah, I guess facials is the right word. I don't know. But it's scalp treatments, and that's all they do. You go in and they do basically like a facial on your scalp. Like they exfoliate the scalp and they give it treatments and they do all this stuff. And as soon as they launched this product, this duo, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my God, this is like what that salon does. It literally is like a facial for your scalp.
That's amazing, and I want to go there.
Right? I just saw someone's like, I was going to go there.
I just want something like someone to massage my head and play with my hair.
Oh, that's the best part about going to the
I'll
hairdresser.
bring my own products.
Okay. Last question, because this came up and people are like, please ask this. Brassy hair. So a lot of blondes, sometimes they say, oh, my hair is getting brassy now. And I know that our products are color safe, but do some products enhance the brassiness more than others? And we're not even talking about purple shampoo, just in general.
Okay, so if your hair is getting brassy, it's because it's not light enough. It's a lift problem, okay? Yes, bless you. It's a lift problem. So, you know, obviously I have red hair. Girls, I'm never going to be platinum. I can never lift this red out of my hair. It's just not going to happen. There's other people that have naturally light hair, and I can lift the shit out of them so gentle, and they'll never go brassy. Things do, like certain oils we use in our products, especially if we're not using our product, are yellow. The Moroccan oil is yellow. That will cause a film and a buildup. But at the end of the day, toners, glosses only last up to 6 weeks. If we're using Black Intense Repair or Revive, it's going to come out quicker. I know it's color safe, but toners are a lip gloss. They are not permanent, and every blonde has a toner. So you lift the hair color to its exposed color. Mine would be yellow. I'd look like Vitamin C from Graduation, that song, if you're my age, I just gave it away. And so that's what I would look like. And if I put an ashy motherfucking toner on that, in 3 weeks, I'm back to Vitamin C. It doesn't matter. It does not matter, because I will never be that light. But toners are meant to be, they're semi-permanent, right? So they're not going to last. So yeah, just like hard water too. Just what Lindsay's saying, like hard water, if you're a well water, I think Port Perry has hard water as well. It's going to leave a film because of the sulfur or the copper that's in the water. But there's no, you know what's a really good trick though, guys? The brunette conditioner. That conditioner will tone your beautiful blonde locks to the most cool friggin' sandy blonde ever. I know we have the purple. Do we still have the brown one or no? We got three.
So as a blonde, you would use the brunette conditioner. Wow, what am I?
Do it. I'm honestly, like when I would tone people at the sink, even Rochelle and I, we would just do the brunette one because it's a cool, like it's not a heavy deposit. You're not going to leave with brown hair. You're going to leave with a cool tone of blonde. So you could give that a try. with the conditioner. But honestly, guys, the only thing that's going to save your ass is a toner.
Just like it's just like when we're in the salon and we're using actual toners at the sink, there's a lot of times where I'll throw in a pinch of 1N, which is black, into my toner because I want that really cool ashiness that it's going to give me mixed with like my 10, whatever. 10 is being platinum. It cools it right down. So the brunette, using that as a toner, it's the same kind of thought process. You're adding some depth to bring that coolness in. And like Bailey said, if you're not lifted light enough, you need a bit of depth to cancel out and neutralize those unwanted tones. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. You're going to wash your hair twice and all that yellow is going to come back. You need some depth to neutralize it.
Yeah. So the black will not tone unless you are on hard water or have a buildup on your hair that's causing it to be brassy.
Yeah, it's not toning, it's cleansing.
Taking it off. It's like, you know, I'm taking that layer off. Like smoking, you know, when like smokers have like the film on their hair. So think about that. That's kind of what we're talking about with taking it off. And then the color locking spray is great for people who have my hair color. Sarah maybe on here has this vibrant red hair color. So it will help with toners, but toners are semi-permanent. So the color locking spray is really going to help those who have vibrant hair colors or something that is, you know, a color that is really rich or purple or fashion colors. You know what I mean? So that's why I always recommend to use Renew after I do color. I always use Renew for the first little bit. But for the most part, guys, our products are really color safe. Revive though will push out color. Like if I ever want to budge my hair color, Revive, because it's pushing out moisture. It's going to push out your hair color. So if I go a little too dark on my red hair and I'm like, yo, I need a shade lighter, girls, I'm using Revive for the next 2 weeks and I'm going to have the best hair color ever. And then I'm going to use Renew and Replenish Mask because it's going to be dry.
And I think that's the responsibility of us as stylists when it comes to toners and educating our clients on what they're going to need and being realistic with their outcomes. Like Bailey said, toners are semi-permanent. They literally just deposit. They're not lifting and depositing. So the strength is not like a permanent hair color. It's going to wash out. They're actually only meant to last 4 to 6 weeks. So as stylists, like me personally, I always tell my clients, listen, we just did your balayage. I know that we're not going to need to touch up the actual placement of your balayage, but your toner is only going to last 4 to 6 weeks. So let's book you in for 6 weeks from now. And all we're going to do is freshen up your toner. We don't need to redo the balayage or the highlights or whatever, but you will need a new toner because toners will eventually come out. So if you want your hair looking fresh and not looking brassy, I'm sorry, but no amount of purple shampoo in the world is going to take that out once your toner is gone. Like you need to redo your toner. The other thing too is if you, let's say, lift to, okay, so like I said, a 10 is platinum, a 1 is black, right? If I lift their hair to a level 8 and I put on a level 8 toner to neutralize those unwanted tones, as soon as that toner fades out, what am I getting? I'm getting everything that I was trying to neutralize in the first place. But if I tone with a 7, which is 1 shade lower, it's going to hold on a hell of a lot more because I'm not completely rinsing out. I'm still having that depth like we talked about with the brunette shampoo, or even adding a little bit of darker into the toners, but that's technical stuff. But yeah, using that brunette shampoo, that depth is going to hold that coolness.
Wow.
Shannon cross-eyed.
We honestly need a Monday hotline, like hairstylist hotline, because there's just so much education, so good. Guys, it's already almost 9:30. We could probably ask you 1,000 more questions, but I think
it's good. It's all good. You know what? We just need to do more tag team calls. You know,
I was like, let's do another one.
Girls, you know that we're all taking over Canada with our 2 teams. Like, come on, let's give these like Krista Purdy and Sarah Hill a fucking run for their money. We're coming for them.
Jacqueline or
Hello.
like private jets, that'll be us.
Sorry guys, I am so next level. You didn't even get to see half of it today, but thank you so much for thank you so much for joining, Lindsay. So much amazing information. I think I would have been like shorting out without you.
And we're gonna join you guys on Thursday. Alvin and I are gonna be talking about recruiting. So bring any questions, but we're gonna have like something planned out for that. So we will see you guys again this week on Thursday. Yeah.
Not like we got other shit to do anyways. Okay. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lindsay, Bailey, your whole team. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for answering all of our questions. Send me the recording. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.